This video explains how to manage scripts as a game master. If you haven't already, I suggest first watching the video that explains how scripts work for hackers. With the introduction of scripts, there's a new menu item on the bottom, Scripts, that will take you to the overview page. The first thing we need to talk about is managing script types. So let's go there. In Attack Vector, as a game master, you can choose which scripts there are. The word script here is meant to mean a single script owned by a hacker, and a script type means the kind of scripts that exist in the game. So currently we have 3 script types that exist in the game. We have ice pick, mask and side stats. And just like as a hacker, you can hover over each effect to see what it does, but you can also see what the effects do that are hidden, although it currently doesn't show you anything. I can click on a script type and now I can see it in more detail. So I can see ice pick, it currently takes a size of 1 RAM, and what it does is it automatically hacks a specific ice type, namely Netwalk. It has a drawback, the fact that there are hidden effects, and this hidden effect, or one of the hidden effects in this case, is it shows some text. So when you run the script, it will do this bit. This will not effectively do anything for the hacker at the moment, but it will also show some message, and in this case it's very benign. It just shows that the script was coded by LeadMate. There are many different effects, and I will cover them in a way not to give away too much for hackers who are also watching this video. So there's a bunch of useful effects, and if you click here you can add one of these useful effects to a script. So maybe it I don't know, yeah, the script already is quite complete because it does something, but let's make a new script. So let's make a new script, hack word search. Not going to use the in-game name for now. And now I can say, well, this takes, I don't know, 4 RAM. And I can say useful effect, automatically hack ice of a specific type. I can add this, and well, the default is word search, but you could choose any of the ice types there are. I could also add a drawback effect, meaning that if you run the script, also something happens that you don't want to happen. I don't want to spoil all the current drawback effects because those are for the players to find out. But these include things like starting a timer to reset the site, or like we've already seen, add a hidden effect. Yeah, you're able to make as many script types as you want. They'll not be available instantly. You first need to give them to a hacker. So that's what we'll cover next. So how do we give scripts to hackers? Well, the easiest way, if we go back to the main menu for scripts, is just to instantly give a script to a hacker. So let's take Paradox here. These are the scripts they have. We can manage them. We're a game master, so we can just remove their scripts or change their state. But if I want to give them one of these new scripts, I can just give it to them and then they're available. They're still only available today, so this means that every day as a game master I have to click here to give them certain scripts. I could also make an NPC hacker, so just let's say for instance there's this hacker character. Let's say that's an NPC. I could give them this script and then have a trader in the world sell this script in-game and then just sell this code. I would need to set this script to offering, but then via the way of downloading scripts I can get scripts to players, and they have to pay with in-world currency or whatever. They have to do favors. You can make something out of this. You can also set up your LARP in such a way that some hackers have access to certain scripts every day. So maybe they have some skills or some other reasons that they have access to this. You can set this up. You can go to the script access, and here we can say Paradox. you have access, in this case, to site stats, and you receive 2 of those scripts for free every day. And maybe they gained a very powerful friend, or they have some skill for it, and then we give them access to 1 hack of word search every day. And now this will show up in their screen, and every day they can receive these scripts once. And this is an easy way of giving them access to scripts in a recurring way. In this way, as a game master, you don't have to manually assign them scripts every day. So now that you have the basics, I want to go back to editing script types, creating new scripts for a little bit more detail. So I've done my best for every script to really explain what happens with what all the effects mean. So let's go back to maybe we make a better version of the mask script. So as a useful effect, we say that this one will delay a tripwire countdown. We add this effect, and here you can enter how much of a delay this is. So let's give it, I don't know, 10 minutes. It's quite generous. And here is the generic explanation of what this will do. So you can just see what does it mean. But you can also, here, if you look here, you see the specific value of the script. So now we have a mask script that delays the count time by 5 minutes, and the mask++, which will delay it by 10 minutes. So you can have multiple copies of the same script or the same effect, but in different scripts with different strength. Another really cool thing that you can do is that you can have scripts connect to specific nodes in a network. So let's say that we have the script to do a reactor meltdown. Oh, this is too long, will warn me, so we'll just call it meltdown. That's better. What we can do is we can say this script interacts with a specific script layer. I have to add it here. I have to have an interaction key. So let's say that this script is meant to interact with reactors. So now I can make a site, and let's go to, I don't know, let's make a new site. So let's make this spaceship controls, and here you can hack the spaceship controls, and let's say that somewhere in the spaceship controls I add a new layer. This is the layer type script interaction, and now if I run a script with the interaction key of reactor, I can have some specific message pop up. So we can say reactor meltdown initiated, and now only by running a script with this interaction key we will get this message. And if a game master sees this, they can see, okay, you've started the meltdown of the reactor, and this can have in-game consequences. So scripts are not only meant to make it easier to hack things, but also to achieve specific goals in the game. Now this was everything I wanted to cover concerning managing scripts as a game master. Now if you want to start using scripts in your LARP, in Attack Vector, you have to make a few decisions on how to set up the whole system. And for that I'll need to log in as an admin. So here I'm logged in as an admin, and I can configure how scripts will work on a high level. There's 3 new configuration items, and well, the easiest one is the script refresh, RAM refresh duration. So there is an explanation here, but it basically means once you use a script, your RAM becomes slowly available again, and you can decide how quickly a hacker can load new scripts to run more. And if you don't care about this thing, you can set it to a very low value, and your hackers can run as many scripts as they want in a single run. On the other hand, if you want to sort of limit the impact that scripts have, you can say, well, I'll set it to, I don't know, 15 minutes or half an hour. And that means that in a single run, scripts will only have a certain effect. And with the RAM that you give to your hackers and how much RAM a script costs, and this parameter together, you can limit the impact of scripts, and it will help you make it more predictable how hard a site is to hack. In a similar vein, you can allow or disallow hackers to run, to load scripts while they are in a run. So if you set this to false, you go by the assumption that hackers need to prepare, they need to first load their scripts and then start a hacking run, and then during that hacking run it will be harder to load a new script. They can also always go outside of the site and then try to load it, so there's even another parameter for this, and that says once you've started a run, there will be a certain period that you cannot load scripts anymore. And this is a lockout duration. It could be set to 1 hour, meaning you have to prepare, and then once you start a run for the next hour, you cannot load scripts anymore. So using these 3 parameters, you can choose how scripts will work, and it will impact how agile hackers are in loading new scripts or how much they have to prepare upfront. And it's more of a decision upfront, what are we going to take, and then just roll with the punches now that we're there. Alright, that's everything. I hope that scripts add to your LARP experience and make it more fun for everyone. Bye bye.